most of the time that we went to songs, it was, we sort of did something a few times in the movie where it felt like a song was playing in the room. It would play a little bit as score, and then somebody would maybe turn it off. Bruce got a lot of funkadelic songs for a particular sort of party scene. So those were places that really necessitated certain songs that had, real memories associated with them. And then there were a couple other moments where there's a song in the middle of the movie called She's a Jar by Wilco that's just one of my favorite songs. And we really could have gone either way. Craig could have scored it. She's a Jar could have been in there. I went back and forth multiple times and was like, get She's a Jar out of there. I just like it there because I like the song. It doesn't belong in the movie. And we'd score it, and then I would go, I miss She's a Jar, put it back in. So sometimes it was, specifically because we had to be saying, here's a perfect 70s song, and it couldn't be scored. And other times it was just some random part of the constantly moving process that is, moving music around in the movie to find it.
I did a film last year called Vito, and it covered this guy's life, and it went through the 70s and the 80s. And it was interesting, at first they had all these songs in there, but of course they didn't have the budget once they got realistic. So I did what I call scores. I sort of indicated, we start with a funky thing that's kind of a disco thing, and then it turns into score. And it actually can sometimes do both, and you don't have to license. I mean, it's good to work with your composer, if you can, to solve some of these issues. You may get what you're really looking for out of the song without all the baggage that comes with having an identifiable song with an identifiable artist as part of your score. In American Promise, it's interesting because it's about these boys growing up. Big question we asked, well, do we want to hear music that these guys would listen to, or do we want to have a score that sort of tells the larger story? And in the end, we incorporated a few elements of maybe tiny little, elements, like the same way I would do if I was doing a film about China. Maybe I'd have a little ethnic element in the score, but it would be part of the themes and part of the overall compositional texture. And so just having a little touch of something might indicate that it was youthful, but then it's part of our score as well. And so you don't really have to differentiate and go through the whole licensing and all that. So, all right.
I like the word scores. I think that's a really useful idea, and I do that a lot. And because we worked with an artist who came in to write songs for us, we were able to make those songs very much. They started off as bits of source, as bits of score, and turned into songs, and went back to being score. So I think that's an effective device. And also I don't often like it when there's like very clear needle drops in a movie. So I try to write bits of score that go into a song if there is a bit of source music and come out of it as well.